Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
At the 1-yard line.
Yellow.
Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
To kick off for Kansas City.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard
They'll try the right side with Henry. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Forward.
Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
Now he'll tuck this and run. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On third down, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
A gain of 5. It's fourth down.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. To throw is Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
There he goes left side. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, yellow.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Quick slant to Brown. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point
They'll throw now on the final play. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Chiefs 21, Ravens 7.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Jackson going to keep it.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
41 yards.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. On his loop for the extra point.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Chiefs 21, Ravens 14. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And the 35-yard line.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
Jackson going to keep it.
They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
It's a pickup at 3.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Jackson now. His throw's going to be incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case,
he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Following the sack, they go from the 13 on 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 13 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now a toss left for Pacheco.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
That is caught. He's got a 1st and maybe more.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown, 66 yards.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take
puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 23 yards.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Now Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. Mahomes 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Second and 3 at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Yellow.
Again, it's Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard
It's a
line.
gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Third and goal.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Travis Kelce. A gain of 6 yards. Brings up 4th down and
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Touchdown. Noah Gray. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
the Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malachi Starks.
Keeps the score.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's Jackson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Jackson. He'll try and do this himself.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Jackson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
43, 40, yellow. 180, my side.
A toss play to Hunt. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 30. First down.
They'll toss it to Hunt. He'll take this to the 46. Now 2nd and 5.
46-yard line.
Hey, 57, 57.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run again with Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a 3rd and 6.
I don't need to. I got 180. That's right.
They toss it to Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
That's good.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go 180. My side.
Here's a toss right side for Hunt. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Tackled back at the 26-yard line.